Update my 26M, GF, 24F, told me she is pregnant but I am sterile. Update. I wanna thank you all for taking your time and reaching out and giving advice. The last few days, I feel like a burden was lifted off me, especially from my parents who always expect many things from me. The first day after the confrontation was a shit show. My parents forced relatives to reach out to me asking me to see reason, LMAO, I declined. They stopped after 2 days after a harsh message from me requesting no contact. I also took appointments for family planning, vasectomy, which is next month. Some people asked if I would ever tell my family about this, but I will not. My body, my business. I will of course tell potential future dates that I am child-free and also had a vasectomy beforehand. Some people asked where I am from. I am from India. Damn, so your parents really tried to trap you into an arranged marriage under the guise of a real relationship? That's fucking devastating, dude. But you're doing the right thing by cutting them off if they're going to misguide you like that. I'm so sorry. But things will get better, especially after your vasectomy, and you never have to worry about a pregnancy scare again. Best of luck to you. This is so abusive, manipulative, and devastating. I'm happy for you that you did the smart thing and were able to stick up for yourself to your family, especially in a culture that makes that so hard. It's time to start living your life, no contact with toxic family. Good update, but why are you getting a vasectomy if you're already sterile? Did he get the test then? To check if he's sterile? Sterile means lower probability of getting kids, not completely childproof. Oh, I didn't know. I was also confused about that part. Good to know. Are there different grades of sterile though? I can imagine that some have 0 and some like 50% chance of getting kids themselves. Hello fellow Indian. I just read this post and the UG post, and let me assure you, 26 is hardly close to too old to get married and all that crap. I'm so sorry you had to go through all this manipulation and deceitful shit from pretty much everyone around you. Stay strong and you will get through this. Parents know what is best for their children. Half of the problems in the world would disappear overnight if parents would mind their fucking business and not barge into their kid lives, I fucking swear. Dude, I am proud of you cutting them all from your life. I even envy you a little. With time, you will appreciate that liberating feeling more and more, and I am sure, it will pave your way to success in life without anyone dragging you down to fulfill their ambitions at your expense. Good luck. Amen. My job as a parent is to work myself out of my job as a parent. Can't wait until my son is my equal. This is how I knew my parents did a great job, overall. I ask for counsel now due to their experience, but as I got older, less and less so. Now I call them to inform them of decisions made, more so than anything else. Parents who get past only seeing their kids as extensions of themselves are invaluable. It's so tough to balance guidance to keep it from becoming control. My mom was an free-range proponent when I was a kid. Later on, she related that her friends thought she was crazy to give me so much freedom. But I think it really helped my development that I was allowed to make mistakes and learn from them while still knowing they cared. When each of my kids turned 18, they left home declaring they would return, but only to visit. They were done living at home. It was hard on me, but I figured that meant I was done raising them. I know parents stuck for decades in a sexless, loveless marriage trying to give advice about relationships to their kids, and fathers who think catcalling is the epitome of flirting, or who share boomer marriage joke memes on FB trying to give their sons advice on how to score a woman. The same parents that have unresolved communication/mental/relationship issues, that abide by outdated gender norms and societal structures, and who can't even speak about or show any emotions, really believe that they know what's best for their children. How come this comment is so spot on? LOL. I agree 10,000%. My parents always let me do my stuff, reasonable stuff AFC, because they knew how parents like mentioned above are, they know how it is. Holy shit, man. Just read your previous post. Stay strong. I was also born in India and obviously have Indian parents. I too do not want children, which is very weird in our culture. But fuck culture, it's my choice. I married a non-Indian girl from New Zealand, so parents didn't want to agree to that too. I just had to make a stand and marry who I wanted. It's been 7 years since we got married. Other than my mum, everyone is cool with it. My mum still doesn't talk to my wife. I have good relationship with my mum though. And we have just agreed to move on with them two not talking to each other. I used to care a lot about what others think and everyone's happiness, and then realized that no one was happy. So I decided to make sure that I am happy and my wife is happy and everyone else can worry about their own happiness. It was difficult for like 6 months and then everyone fell into line. Your parents seem even worse than mine. LOL. Just remember, it's okay to move away from family if they are toxic. Just because they gave you birth doesn't mean you owe your life to them. I know it's not Indian way of thinking, but you gotta move on with times and live your life your way. Good luck, and it's okay to cry as a grown man. It's another Indian thing that grown men don't cry. Fuck that. Crying can make you feel better and it's good for your mental health. Don't buy into that macho bullshit. Feel free to message me if I can help in any way. Man, IRLY feel you cause I'm an Indian in another sea country. But you gotta think about how you're going to go about this whole thing. Cause bruh, you and me know that Indian parents won't end there. They'll go around getting others to try and convince you. If you need to speak to anyone, feel free to DM me. As an Indian myself, I feel it's not over yet. Please change your address and phone number. The whole situation was messed up. Seriously, they think being manipulating your kids to do whatever they want is okay. It's our kid, we only want best for them, but that doesn't mean you knows what's best for you. Mate, as a fellow Indian, if you ever had plans of moving to another country, start getting those wheels in motion. Otherwise up your security, cameras, door cam, car dash cam, etc. Lock down your social media platforms, security to the highest settings, and block your parents and anyone who supports them. What your parents did, it seriously messed up. Stay strong with your boundaries. Even by the standards of Indian parents, his really went over and about, man. I didn't know the usual ignorance of Indian parents could be crossed, but boy, I feel bad for Up. Edit, a word. I'm really impressed with how you handled the situation. You figured out exactly what was happening, and made reasonable requests, their responses to which were absolutely telling. The way everyone else behaved was ridiculous, and they're still saying it was okay to pretend your girlfriend was pregnant in order to force you to get married. You're better off without these hateful and manipulative people in your life. I thought from your original post you might be Indian, and well, I don't know what am more shocked by now. Your Indian parents forcing a convoluted plan to get you to marry, or her Indian parents whoring her out to be part of that disgusting plan. I mean, sex is still such a taboo here. And yet we have all this. I am sorry, nobody should have to go through something like this. I am so sorry. This is psychological harassment. They almost manipulated you into marrying a liar, and they called it your best interest. They are selfish, so very selfish. Dude. I'm an Indian woman. And even by Indian middle-class parents' standards, what your parents did was incredibly fucked up. You did the right thing by breaking ties. Sometimes it takes something extreme for people to cut contact with their abusive family. I'm glad you got out of there. If you have access to therapy, even online ones, I suggest giving it a go. This is a lifetime of conditioning that you'll have to work to break free. This Op really should add to the dog videos and find someone to talk about this who isn't a fucking moron, ideally a professional. Op, as also an Indian, and also reading some other comments, I really think that this OS not over yet. You parents sound like the typical, we know what's best for you and you will do exactly that type fuckers. So definitely try to cut contacts with them as much as possible. Maybe edit into your update that there is a huge update on the main post. I totally knew it that you were from India. My grandfather's side would pull this shit on me, but thank God for him going no contact on them. Best of luck to you in the future. Sounds like good things will come your way soon. Smiley face. Why are most Asian parents such assholes? I'm sorry they did this to you and I'm glad you escaped and can focus on your future with clarity now. My parents and grandparents tried to arrange a marriage for me when I was still in my teens and it tore a huge hole in the fabric of my trust with them. You're better off without toxic people like that in your life. Being an Indian myself, I know the pressure most of the parents put on their offsprings regarding marriage, but your family is a class apart. All I would say is, be firm on what you want and marry only when you really feel like it. And unfortunately the last piece of the puzzle falls right into place. A lot of cultures generally try to get grandchildren as soon as possible and don't care what their kids want. It's the same for Bukharan Jews, talking from experience seeing family members get into arranged marriages at 18, glad you're living your best life, hope you find someone who respects your decision to be child-free. I'm so dang proud of you, man. This situation is literally insane, and all of them are horrible, abusive, manipulative people, and your life is gonna be so much better without them. You've got to be feeling free for the first time in your life right about now. Your future is in only your hands. I'm sorry that you had to go through this, but man, reading how you handled all of this, I mean, you're an inspiration, man. You did exactly what so many people should do, cut toxic people out of their life. Your life is gonna be awesome, my man. Go live it to the fullest. Go live it to the fullest.